and Oola, and welcome to this episode of Experts and Idiots with me, 420 Chilli Sash, here in deepest, darkest Germany on a rainy night, ready to heat myself up. Because today we have a little bit of the English eccentric versus Oola Hot Sauce, the owl and the pussycat. I will explain. Yes, what is Oola Hot Sauce? Well, Oola Hot Sauce looks like this. Yeah, straight out of Leipzig. Now, as you can see, Oola Hot Sauce is beautiful. Why is it beautiful? Well, just look at the thing. It's an eccentricity to the symbolism used, the owls, the strange artwork on the labels that I kind of fell in love with. And it tastes like the dog's bollocks as well, which is extremely helpful. No? So this wonderful Leipzig-based hot sauce producer caught my eye because of their fabulous artwork and their delicious sauces. Yeah, really cool stuff. As you can see, we've got the old bogey owl there. You've got habanero and raisin is this one. And you've got also the habanero. There you go, habanero. Habanero is habanero and tomato. We also have, as you can see, the wild fee. That means forest fairy. It's a kind of a phrase in German, which is jalapeno and serrano. We have a beautiful Owenwick. There you can see Trinidad scorpion and mango. And last but not least, the Bayesian pepper, one of my favorite chilies, Scotch bonnet and mustard sauce. Lovely Bayesian sauce there. Some great Bayesian sauces in this world. Now, those are the delicious range of Oola Hot Sauce. And today, I'm feeling a little bit Verdi in my taste. We've never done an episode here where we used a Verdi sauce before. So I think we're going to play today with Oola Hot Sauce's Verdi, their wild fee. That's jalapeno and serrano. For those of you who don't know, Verdi means something like a green sauce. There you go. Info for you. Now, as I said, we've got a little bit of this Oola loveliness versus the English eccentric, the owl and the pussycat. This is a famous piece of surrealist nonsense poetry written by a wonderfully eccentric Englishman called Edward Lear. Now, this is something I like very much about my island. I'm not the most patriotic person, but I absolutely adore a certain type of British eccentricity. A classic English eccentric. It's a very strange gentleman, always very nice, always very friendly, family friendly, often very, very sweet to children, you know, with a very odd and surreal way of looking at the world and an unusual sense of humour. And certainly they're not what you would call complaining people. Whenever something bad is happening, they always find some strange, surreal way in order to turn it into something glorious. For those of you who wonder about English eccentricity, I might point you in the direction of, in a more modern context, Monty Python is a very good example of this kind of English eccentricity. You can go back to Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland, a very strange, eccentric British mathematician. Hilaire Belloc and Edward Lear belong to an older generation from before, even kind of roundabout surrealism time, Dadaism time. You're talking about this kind of thing unfolding in Britain. And I adore it all. Now, today, I'd like to give you a little reading of a classic by Edward Lear. He's responsible for many marvellous poems. Lots of very lovely short ones like The Hippopotamus, one of my favourites. To shoot the hippopotamus, you need bullets made of platinum, because if you use leaden shot, his hide will surely flatten them. Marvellous stuff. Yes, I know. It's nonsense and stupid. I believe, if I am correct, Lear also wrote The One Fine Day in the Middle of the Night, which is another fantastic nonsense surrealist piece of English eccentricity. Something like this. One fine day in the middle of the night, two dead men got out of bed to fight. Back to back, they faced each other, drew their swords, and shot each other. Yes. Now, you can see, I think, maybe the line between things like that and Monty Python, which is why I gave you the comparative. Now, Edward Lear was kind of the king of that shit, and one of his most wonderful and famous pieces was The Owl and the Pussycat, about a cat, or a pussy, cat, thank you very much, and an owl who fell in love with each other and ran away to be married. Now, I do love these things. I like the strangeness of them, the surreality of them. I just also like the way that they're very much designed to be played with a very plummy British accent, which is great fun to do. Whenever you hear an Englishman or an English lady with this kind of plummy voice like me, then be sure that they do thoroughly enjoy the plumminess of their voice. Now, Edward Lear's The Owl and the Pussycat. I'm going to give you a little reading. I'm going to see how much of this 100 millilitres of wild fee, delicious hot sauce, I can get in me whilst I'm doing it now. We will see. But first of all, I shall give you an idea of how should this sound without hot sauce. Give me a chance to exercise my plummy Britishness. So, without further ado, The Owl and the Pussycat by Edward Lear. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money, all wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar, "Oh, lovely pussy, oh, pussy, my love. What a beautiful pussy you are. You are, you are. What a beautiful pussy you are." "Pussy," said the owl, "you elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married, too long have we tarried, but what shall we do for a ring?" They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bong tree grows, and there in a wood a piggywig stood, with a ring in the end of his nose, his nose, his nose, with a ring in the end of his nose. "Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring?" said the piggy. "I will." So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon, and hand in hand on the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the moon. The moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the moon. Ooh, it's lovely to have such a good excuse to feel so very, very British. Well, I think it's about time to try a little bit of a jacked version of that with our dear friends Oula from Leipzig. So let's open it up. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely glorious. I have in here apple vinegar, pineapple, jalapeno chilies, serrano chilies, onions, garlic, lime juice, salt, and coriander. Ooh, well, here we go. Wish me luck. The Owl and the Pussycat by Edward Lear. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat. They took some money and plenty of honey, all wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy! Oh, pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are! You are! You are! What a beautiful pussy you are! Whoa. It's good, but... Ooh. Pussy said to the owl, you elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married, too long have we tarried, but what will we do for a ring? They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bong tree grows. And there in the wood a piggywig stood, with a ring in the end of his nose, with a ring in the end of his nose. Ah, dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring? Said the piggy. I will. So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon. I'm talking of ate. And hand in hand, on the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the moon. The moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the moon. Oh, where are we? I am about... No, this bottle is a liar. It's further down. All right, I'm about here. So I got about, just over half the way through. I did. Oh, it tastes so good. I'm tempted to have another hit. I think I will. So, Jesus fuck. The devil lives in Leipzig, and he's a great cook. I think so. So everybody, go, jump those links, get a lot of Oola Hot Sauce. Keep your surreal eccentricities going. And I'd like to say ciao for now. Ciao! Dude, fuck the owl and fuck the pussycat.